Week 6, side control top, halfway through this mesocycle. Let's look at another thing I can do from that super cool position, or broken scar. So again, Carl is the underhook. I showed you how to play control 1. Where I have my elbow in front of the head, hips higher than my shoulders. My goal is to flatten them out. We showed you a variety of different ways of winning that underhook and turning the face car, finding that arm. Now I'm into super chill position. So last time we showed you the step over arm lock. We also showed you we brought this hand in front. My Americana was there. And then we showed you our paper cutter as well. So another submission we can go for is we can attack this arm. So the reason this arm stays on my head like this is because if I just play a broken scarf like this, if I look at the escape, Carl wants to make pressure on the shoulder. And if he can get his hip under mine with a bump and load me onto his hip, now he can affect my base. So I never really want that right hand in front of my face, which is why this hand was here. And then when I pulled up on the elbow, the only part of my body on the mat is my feet. All my weight is on car. But there's a submission I can attack from here, okay? So all we're thinking about doing is this hand, okay, it's on the back of my head, is going to come across and grab my lapel. I'm going to slide my head back to the end of the lever, so it's right at his wrist, okay? And then this free hand is going to find his shoulder. Now the problem when I go for that submission by pushing down is Carl has got a free right hand and he can push on my elbow and smear that off. So the detail is a step over the head. So anytime I'm here and my hand's there, see the way I've hit my elbow with my leg? So now if he tries to push it off with his hand, it's difficult. And now I just shrug my ear into my shoulder, I push up and I have this submission here. Yeah. So again, one more time on that. Again, sometimes in the battle for that, if you're not getting it, just go back to the paper cutter again. So give him something to think about. So we'll take it from the start. Carl's T-Rexing his hands. He's got the underhook. We were in control 1. Okay. Another way of getting into it was I could turn towards his head, but then I made sure that I clamped at his wrist and I brought this inside. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And now I'm into a super chill position, or broken scarf hold. Okay. So if we're looking to attack this arm with the arm lock, first thing is this hand comes across and grabs my own lapel. See the way my head comes back, so it's actually right over his wrist. So my ear is over his wrist. Now I'm just pushing on the shoulder. The problem is he can push on my elbow from there, so I just step over. And now when I hide my elbow, I'm just pushing. If you notice what happens is, when I go for this submission, Carl can release the pressure by lifting his shoulder off the mat. Watch, I just go for that, he lifts his shoulder off the mat. The minute I push on his shoulder, it's on. But he has a free hand to push on my elbow. So the detail is I just step over. And now there's no hand, his hand can't find my elbow. And now I just push in. Make sense? Sometimes when we were playing this side control position, Carl brought his elbow inside and his arm was there. It's another perfect time to go for it. Why? The minute I'm here, it's there. Because look, his arm is caught underneath me. Okay? So again, just turn around this way, bro. From our position, find super chill. We're here, okay? Just coming back, okay? Finding this lapel. Head's coming back to the wrist, guys. And always try to play it and watch what happens if Carl's left elbow. If I go to put it on, he lifts it up. So the minute I push on it, he's not lifting it up, but he can push on my elbow so to solidify it, he can step it. Yeah, I push it up. Sometimes in the battle, with me going for this, he's pushing on my elbow, I'm trying to find it, I'll come back to the paper cutter again. So I'm on the paper cutter and it comes back to my elbow again.